This is the future.
What's up, YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to Not Quite Mint. Today we are doing our keys, but they're not just our keys in isolation anymore. These are our keys of the week. Yay! Because we've got new comic books. Yeah. But we are spotlighting Spider-Man 2099, and this is episode 1 of our new weekly key comics show. So welcome. Should we get into it, Rich?
Let's get into it. And as always, guys, make sure that you are hitting that subscribe button down below, giving us the thumbs up. And we've got this, the dingly bell. Tom, hopefully you'll get that back soon, mate, when we can actually do this in the same room.
I've actually got one somewhere. I bought one.
Dig it out, yeah. But as I say, guys, yeah, we've moved away from the sort of like the whole isolation theme and things like that, trying to be a bit more sort of positive, forward looking, and we are actually getting comic book deliveries. So yeah, it's happy times all around from a comics perspective. So this is our key comics of the week show. We're going to go through our top 5 key comic picks of the week, and as Tom rightly says, every week we're going to put a spotlight, carry on our key comics in isolation sort of theme, and we're going to have a spotlight on a particular character or series or whatever. We also, guys, we do always have a question of the show when we're doing this type of format, and because we're doing Spider-Man 2099, we're going to ask you down in the comments, let us know who is your favorite Spider-Man. So obviously we've got Miguel O'Hara and Spider-Man 2099 today, so but let us know
who our favorites are at the end of the show, so stick around.
Indeed. Also, guys, we have got a giveaway running as well, so stay to the end because we'll give you details on all of that. So, moving swiftly on, let's get it up. So, shall we start with talking about this week's keys then, I suppose?
Yes, let's do it, mate. So, we have got one that I completely messed up and didn't make an overlay. Oh, firstly, I apologise for us being late, guys. My old school MacBook decided to have an absolute meltdown, and I couldn't turn it on. So
I was talking to nobody for about 5 minutes, and then I realised that Tom had not moved for that time. So,
anyway, sorry, guys. We also didn't manage to do an overlay for this particular book. So one of the books we're talking about is Metal Men, issue 7, which is the first appearance of the Metal Animals. Now, unfortunately, I've not been reading Metal Men, but I've heard really good things about it. And apparently this is quite a key to see these metal animals make their first appearance.
Yeah, so again, it's one that I've not read myself, but obviously it's due on the shelves tomorrow. Do make sure that you obviously do go and obviously keep an eye on picking that up. It would be pretty bloody good. It's one of those. There's that many hot books at the moment that aren't necessarily even keys. That it's hard to know what to pick up and what not to pick up. But
absolutely.
Metal Men number 7, definitely worthwhile checking it out for that team appearance of the Metal Animals.
Comic book man, Spider-Ham, good call.
Yes.
Nice character.
Yeah, Spider-Ham. To be fair, he's amazing in like the multiverse films, and I've got I've got a couple of that. I think I've got his first appearance as well somewhere locked away, and I didn't even know that I had it. But yeah,
in the actual comic books, he's amazing. He's like the comic relief. It's brilliant.
Yeah, but he's still like really good. Like he's like actually a good Spider-Man, but like
it's quality.
He's a comic relief, sort of like wisecracks and stuff. I like it. But yeah, so my one I'm going to mention, which is effectively our number sort of 4 overall, and that's not that one at all. That's a bit of a spoiler. It's this one. Sorry, they look really similar from a distance. That's right.
Oh yeah.
This one. So it is Hawkman 24. So this one, again, I have never read any Hawkman comics. I have bought some as part of like some comic book lots to get some Fantastic Four books in the past 6 months or so, but never actually read Hawkman, and I've actually like sold those books on via eBay, but they sold really quick, so I'm assuming I either underpriced them or the Hawkman's actually really popular. But this one,
quite a popular character, old Hawkman.
Yeah, well, I think he's like Golden Age, isn't he? So he's like original Justice League of America and all that kind of stuff, isn't he? So was he in Justice Society as well? Is he?
Do you know what? I don't have much knowledge on Cartel apart from the fact that he's obviously Hawkman, and he's connected to Hawk Girl because they're both reincarnations of each other from like lots of different pasts. That's about as much as I know, and that's where my knowledge ends.
Yeah, he intrigues me because I think there's like the Hawkman books, sort of like the Silver Age ones. They've actually got quite a lot of like key first appearances of other characters as well. So that there's, I think, I want to say something like Hawkman, something like 34 or something like that in my head is something good. But yeah, as I say, it's one of those things that I've picked up on in lockdown when I've not been buying modern books. But Hawkman, when I saw this was coming out, obviously we've got a key in this one, and if you're a Hawkman fan, it is the first cameo of the Lord Beyond the Void, and I've seen an image of this Lord Beyond the Void. Have you seen that that one?
Unfortunately, it doesn't really interest me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I saw it put through on. It was tweeted out by somebody, like, because somebody had got hold of like the panel, and he looks as creepy as anything like this guy. So I know there's that, like, I think Hawkman has a bit of a horror angle at times. So yeah, sort of.
He was quite a big part of the last Metal thing that came out. The last Dark Knights Metal. I think he was quite a big part of that, Hawkman.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of crossover somewhere with Justice League Dark potentially as well. So like with like your Constantines and your like Swamp Things and stuff like that, I'm sure there's some kind of like Hawkman interconnection that's gone on in the past there as well. But yeah, I think he's one of those ones because he seems like a bit of a darker character the way he's been currently predicted. I think it's one of those that I might have to check out.
Do it.
Dark weirdness, but yeah. Anyway. So next up, mate, we've done that one. So we will go to where is this one? I think it's this one, mate. Yeah, there you go.
All right, cool. So yeah, also out this tomorrow, in fact, is Nightwing Annual 3, and it's the first appearance of the Condors. I have no idea who the Condors are, but I have been reading a bit of Nightwing, and I've really enjoyed it, to be perfectly honest. I picked up from where he got shot and his whole memory situation going on. It's been really good, actually. It's been a really good read.
Yeah, he's from what I've seen, there's going to be two Condors first appearances, the blue Condor and the slate Condor. They look a bit like we were talking about it on Thursday, and I couldn't remember his name, and I thought it was Lucius Fox's son, but he's Night.
Oh, Batwing.
Yeah, Batwing. They look similar to like the Batwing characters from like some of the spoilers that I've seen. So like they've got a similar kind of like suit, but they're actually the Condors. So a blue one and a slate one. So again, it's going to be a pretty cool one to check out because again, you just never know how significant these guys are going to be. And Nightwing, like you say, the story at the moment, pretty good. Because, and just obviously worth mention, they did come out during lockdown, but it's obviously the Nightwing 71 and 70. It's the start of the Joker, the Journey to the Joker War.
Yeah, really good issues.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be reading these obviously for part of the reviews on Thursday, on our review show on Thursday. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, building up to the Joker War, I mean, it's the stuff that, it's the keys that are going to be coming out for that, and add that to like obviously the death metal stuff at the moment around that whole sort of like the Dark Knight and all of that. I think DC are also not great with their releases. They seem to be smashing it. Who we got? Oh yeah, Dino, cool. Yeah, Dino was asking us to go on if we'd like to go on one of his shows.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have to organise that. So yeah, definitely. What's the issue? We have to choose. I think we have to choose a comic book to have a chat about.
Oh God, there's so many.
Yeah. I'll just drop that in the ocean while Dino's here. Yeah, we definitely.
Now my brain's going.
Yeah, no. I was exactly the same. I haven't got a clue what the hell I'll talk about. So we're now moving on to our top 2 keys of the week. It is worthwhile mentioning as well. I found out today when I popped in to Forbidden Planet, which is where I pick up a lot of my comics. This whole DC distribution debacle that's going on. Because Marvel, I don't think have got any like new books due this week anyway. They actually they're actually not going to have a comic delivery, so I've got to wait for next week to get hold of my like death metal and stuff like that. So I'm a bit peeved to say the least, but it just doesn't get any better, does it?
No, coronavirus has got so much to answer for with all this.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll definitely make something happen with Comic Dino. But we'll have a word and we'll decide on some kind of an issue to talk about, because I think we'll quite like that. So I should have let you do this next one, Tom.
I'll do the top one, mate. I'm really excited about the last one.
Okay, cool. So I am excited about this one. So sort of second from first. Do I have to say any more? So one of the big things that we were following pre-lockdown, and I think it was it really hit us quite hard, didn't it? That we weren't going to be able to carry on with Thor, Batman, but most importantly, some of the stuff that's been going on in this crossover, which of course is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mate, it crushed me when they were like, "Oh, we're not doing any more comic distribution." I was like, "There's only one issue left. Only one issue left, please."
And the frustrating thing is like, I think Marvel and DC, some of their like limited run series, they've just pushed them straight to digital as well. So when it was going on, I was thinking, oh my God, are IDW or is this Boom or IDW?
It's Boom, I think, mate.
I always get mixed up because
it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So this one, and obviously the big key in this one, because I think every single issue in this series has had a key of some sort, hasn't it?
Yeah. So, we've had the Green Shred Ranger, we've had the Turtle Rangers.
Yeah.
Now we've. Well, I'll let you. Sorry, go on.
No, cool. Yeah. Effectively, you can probably just make it out on the image behind. Obviously, all the characters. It is the first appearance of it's the Turtle Megazord.
They should have called it the Turtle Zoid, to be fair.
We're not, well, that's why I had to just check the note that I did, because surely it should be the Turtle Zoid, but like, no, it's the Turtle Megazord, and I was a bit, but yeah, but it's the first app. You can sort of just make it out in the background. It's going to look pretty awesome.
I'm so excited.
And what we found as well, and with this, is that whilst there's been a lot of those like firsts of like, the turtles using the morphing powers and all of that kind of stuff, they've actually, most of the issues, the Power Rangers have actually done something turtle related, haven't they?
Yeah, they've been trained a little bit, I think, by Splinter towards the end, so they're now like just they're Ranger ninjas. Is that right?
Yeah, that was right. Yeah. So I think that was one of the surprises in the last issue, is that they were building it up around, because I think it was issue 2 where it was the first Shredder Ranger.
Oh yeah,
which was really cool. And then I think in the last one, in issue 4, I think that was where they kind of had that crossover of like the turtles were fighting as the Rangers, and the Rangers was kind of like took under the wing of Splinter, and had a bit of ninja action themselves, like so. Yeah, well, it's pretty cool. But as I said, I've got all of my my omnibuses now, so
that's very good, mate. You'll love it.
Well, yeah. So I need to read them, but I think like I will start on the collected editions of the Turtles afterwards.
Confession though, I've obviously read all these. There are a couple of issues that might annoy you. There are a couple of lovely issues.
Some lovely issues. Can you write those down on a piece of paper so I can avoid them?
I can tell you what page numbers they are.
So yeah, just be like, oh god, sloppy, horrible, smushy, horrible.
But there are some really good. There are some really good bits in it. I mean, we're not here to talk about those. We'll talk about those another day.
We don't. Keep watching, guys. We will do some kind of omnibus.
We'll get back to our omnibuses, guys. We managed to do one before lockdown, so we'll definitely do some more. We've
got loads planned as well, haven't we? We've got loads lined up where we're going to do reviews of like some of the hardcover releases and stuff, and they've just all gone to pot.
Yeah,
like everything else in life. But anyway, mate, the big one this week for you, and I'm excited about this one. The more I read about it, the more excited.
So we're both massively excited about this one. This is going to be a big issue. It is basically DC's biggest event at the moment this year, and it's going to be written by it's written by Scott Schneider, and the artwork's done by Greg Capullo. But they've teamed up again to bring us another Dark Knight's Metal, but this time it's Dark Knight Death Metal. It's a 6-parter, and it's carrying on from the original Death Metals,
which is that one.
In this issue, we're getting a first appearance of the Bat T-Rex, some alternate universes of Batman, and also we're getting the Robin King, the first appearance of Robin King. So God knows what he's all about, but I'm interested because obviously I have a feeling, or in my opinion, I think he's going to be from the same world as the Joker who laughs. The Batman who laughs. I have a feeling, or something like that.
Yeah, there's.
What up, Rich?
Yeah, you're right, Rich. But yeah, I definitely. This is like, I saw a lot of the artwork, and there's a hell of a lot of like retailer exclusive covers going on with this, and it's a massive event, and it's not one of these like short printed, events that's going to come along and then people are going to read the first issue. And I think Deceased was a little bit like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, Deceased is amazing, to be fair.
Yeah, but I think that came out, and then it got really popular, and then like because the first issue still holds some decent value, doesn't it? Whereas I think with this one, they've already anticipated it's going to be big because there's about 9 different covers at least.
There are some amazing covers out there.
Yeah, Martina's doing them, isn't he?
I believe so. I think Rich asked me earlier about the one I retweeted on Instagram. It's not Martina, it's somebody else.
It's Ryan Brown, that one is.
That's it, Ryan Brown. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, so that one's Ryan Brown. The Martina one that I've seen that's really cool is he's done one of Superman shooting the lasers out of his eyes.
Yeah.
For issue 1, I think. So
I've seen that Archer one as well, which is the Wonder Woman, isn't it?
Wonder Woman, yeah. I mean, just amazing.
The basic cover itself is amazing. What more do you want? You've got Wonder Woman with a chainsaw, Superman's got knuckle dusters on, and basically Batman's become the Grim Reaper. I mean, what? Yes, please.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was what was it? I just remembered it was Batman Damned as well. I think that was another one. It was like a large format black label that came out, and everybody went mad for it. And they're like, they're quite an expensive book still. They're well above obviously cover price, but this one, as I say, it's going to be interesting to see because some of those variant covers, whilst there's keys in the book which will mean that this book will maintain its value, because I think there'll be some nice surprises in there, but there'll be certain covers that are going to be massively collectible.
That's Batman Damned, isn't it?
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right. Did they recall some of that? But yeah, it was
I actually didn't have I didn't get a physical copy, and I didn't manage to get the hardcover, but I read mine online, and they completely took that page out.
Yeah, I thought they did.
So I've not seen that wang.
I think there are prints in existence, but again, I think that book's obviously because obviously everybody wants to see Batman's piece. It's, do you know what I mean?
I don't know if everybody wants to see it.
People would pay good money to see that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you have to, for comparison and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, like Rich says, deleted for the second printing and the hardcover. So
Yeah,
there's no.
You know what? It could have been quite a rude thing to do if they'd have done out Batman Damned hardcover featuring the Batwang. Hardcover and Batwang. Just say it.
Own helmet, nice one. Oh dear. But yeah, so it does. I think it's got a lot of stuff like going on in this, and
this is going to be amazing. I have a feeling it's going to be very, very good. And they've said, Snyder and Capullo, this is the last time they're going to do it together. This is the last time they're going to run with it. So I feel like they're going to leave us to the point where we're going to want more. So they're going to leave us on a cliffhanger for sure.
And the front covers have like I saw Rob Liefeld on Twitter. He tweeted the front covers, and it's got that same like foil. The standard cover's got that like foil effect again. I mean, that's obviously my hardcover of it, but who doesn't love a foil cover? Do you know what I mean? But that's all our keys of the week, isn't it, mate?
It is indeed, mate. So we are now on to our spotlight character of Spider-Man 2099, and actually leads quite nicely to the foil cover, because I believe Rich has Spider-Man issue 1 of 2099, which is his kind of official first appearance.
Yeah, this is kind of like what we're going to talk about, isn't it? Because Spider-Man 2099, obviously we've got this situation with him where with our spotlights, what we've been doing is we've been looking at the first appearance, his most expensive, and then looking at some of the keys that are important to us. So that's obviously what we're going to do now. Now, the thing with Spider-Man 2099 that is really surprising is that none of his, first appearances as such have any real major value in them, despite when you consider all the hype that's around Miles Morales, and then obviously Miguel O'Hara's character was obviously teased at the end of the multiverse film. There has been no massive explosion in these, so I genuinely do think, because he's believed to be having a big part in this next, he's going to be in the next multiverse film. I think if you can get these books at a decent price that we're going to go through shortly, I think they're going to be a solid investment. I really, really do think they will be. First one and the main one to get, which I think is generally held as the first appearance, is obviously this one. So
which is foil cover.
Yeah, another nice foil cover. This one's it's a decent. It wasn't an expensive book. Like I say, you can pick this up, I think, around about £10 for a near mint copy if you're lucky on eBay. This one is okay. It's got a slight. I don't know if you can see. It's got a slight little thing on the spine down at the bottom by 2099. You can just see it there. So it wouldn't be a 9.8, but I'm not that bothered anyway, because like I just collect Spider-Man stuff, and like I'm not buying it to grade it. So but I think that has got to go up. And if I saw any more for like below probably £10, I probably would pick up a couple just to put away, because I can't see his value not increasing. But yeah, so I mean, obviously that's the first appearance. It's kind of the most expensive as well. Sort of, as I say, selling for around about that sort of £10 mark. I think it's only like about £60 in a 9.8 if you were going to be looking at that at the moment again. So if you could pick up a slab 9.8 for around, for less than £100, I think you'd be onto a winner. As certainly after what's happened this week with Ultimate Fallout 4, it's just joining the £1,000 or $1,000 9.8 club. So
what's up, Retro Cave?
Oh, right, cool. Yeah, you're all right, Richard Cave. Good man.
Apparently, doing a bit of research, if you can find the white cover to this, which is actually part of an action figure collection, it's very, very rare, and it's like a £500 book if you can get it CGC 9.8.
Yeah, it's like a white kind of foil cover. I think it was.
I want to say cleaned and pressed, whereas this one, because it's a foil cover, can't be.
Yeah. So it's that's what I say. If it's got any blemishes on it from the off, you're pretty much screwed. But yeah, I think you're talking. I think it was like a Toy Biz like incentive comic or something when you bought an action figure or something in America. Yeah. So if you do see this cover, that cover, in with a white background, just pick it up because it's a very rare book. Very, very rare book. So what we'll do you want to do your one first, mate?
Well, yeah, because mine's an issue 1 as well. So
cool. So the one that we've got for you, mate, is that one.
Yeah, so I went with the Scotty Young Marvel Now Spider-Man 2099 because it's a debut of his new outfit, which I think is really cool. I like the original outfit, but I think the white outfit is pretty stunning. And it is amazing in the Spider-Man game to play as that character.
Okay. And am I right in saying, in terms of continuity, it was made by Peter Parker and given to Miguel O'Hara?
It was indeed, yeah, because basically in this story, he's been sent back to our time. So he's trying to make his feet in our time. He's used his AI bot to win the lottery, so he's able to live in this fancy area, as it were. He's still working for Alchemex. It is a really good story. I love this one because I absolutely love Scotty Young's artwork, and I think this is wicked. I prefer the black and white one as well to the color version, which is controversial because a lot of people prefer the color version of Scotty Young stuff, but I think this is quality. And it's also a PX San Diego Comic Con exclusive, so I'm well happy with that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with these. I think I've been finding that like I've sort of been learning and looking at a lot of variants because I've been trying to chase a lot of like the Star Wars variants, like especially like the Star Wars variant covers for the 2015 issue 1. And ever since I've been doing that, I've been buying like lots with various like variant covers and stuff like that, and you see them everywhere. And I know we've been buying variant covers for like the Venom 25 and 26 that are obviously popular at the moment, and it's just widened my horizons. And I've been really amazed at how like the sketch variants tend to be pretty expensive when compared to other ones.
You know, they can be.
If there's a sketch variant, generally 9 times out of 10, it's going to be worth more than like any of the other variants that are for that book. So it's just, again, just something to obviously bear in mind when you're out there looking. Now, my book, and we've got Spider-Man 365, Amazing Spider-Man 365, which is Tom's also got one as well, which is this one here with a lovely hologram. I used to be obsessed by holograms as a kid.
Yeah, they're quality.
Really cool, hologram cover. Now, what basically happened with this was that this is classified as kind of like a cameo, almost. But also, some people sometimes do call this like his true first appearance. So it's a bit like the argument that everybody wants to have around cameos, first appearances and stuff. But if you look at the bottom, you can see it says 5-page preview of Spider-Man 2099.
So it's basically a reprint of the first issue, but within a different book. So it's actually not you could argue that it's not a first appearance.
Exactly. I mean, that you do get like, it's Spider-Man 2099. It is like a full double page spread in that book. But it's not a full story. And do you know what I mean? Like the full story is sorry, that's another one that's got the same preview, but as a poster. But that one that has the ongoing story, if that makes sense.
Also, if I'm right, his origin is in that one as well. So his origin that one and his first appearance. So in this one, it's just a preview of that one. So I don't see how you can say that this one's his first appearance when that one came out pretty much a month later.
Exactly, and it's a very similar thing. I think is it the Malibu Sun Spawn?
Yeah,
that's the your dog's going mad, but yeah, definitely. I think it's one of them where you've just got that whole situation whereby there's so many. I mean, it just happens with characters all the time, doesn't it? We've got Spawn, you've got Hulk. Everybody argues about that. There's now Gambit, whether it's annual 14 or is it 263 or 266 for Gambit?
I want to say 263. I think you were right the first time.
266. So it's like whichever ones it is, it's sort of like obviously always up for debate. So this one is very much like that. Now, the reason why I got this one in my hand as well was if you look at that, it's got a bonus gatefold poster of Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099. So in that one, you've got the center sort of like covers are a poster of Spider-Man 2099. So they came out before as a preview, kind of cameo, and then obviously that one is the one to get. But all of these books, every single one of them, you can get for under 15 quid for all three, easy at the moment, and in very good condition. You have to be careful with this black one because it's a thick book. So it is prone to getting marks on the spine. That's the only thing I'd say. But yeah, those are the ones. The only other Spider-Man 2099 cover that I had was this one from Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I've got issue 30.
Yeah, and this one's issue 13. So yeah, there's lots of stuff out there. He's on a lot of covers from a lot of different things. I genuinely do believe that Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, and all of that is going to, I think, certainly around about the time of the multiverse, when the Spider-Man Into the Multiverse 2 comes out, I think we're going to see a real resurgence in the investment around these issues. I can't not see it happening.
No, I agree, mate. I think it's going to be, they're going to blow up, mate.
So that's why we wanted to talk about Spider-Man 2099. It's slightly
Morales. Maybe next time.
Well, that's that tenuous little link, isn't it, to what's happening with Miles Morales as well with Ultimate Fallout 4. If you haven't got it now, is the price going to go back down again? Because near mint copies are selling for over £200 each now. Is it going to go down below that? I do not know. I really do not know. But it's worthwhile, obviously, keeping your eye open on stuff. Oh, we've got Ashley on as well.
Yeah, I said earlier, I didn't know if anyone heard me.
Oh, right, got you. But yeah, I mean, those are all the books that we wanted to talk about, all good and covered. So,
yeah.
So as always, guys, do make sure that you've answered in the video comments, not necessarily in the chat comments. Do make sure you let us know who your favourite Spider-Man is. We're just a bit curious. We'd like to know who your favourite Spider-Man is, really. You can also take part in our giveaway. If you enter in those comments when you let us know who your favourite Spider-Man is. Those are the wrong things. If you enter hashtag NQM Crate Giveaway in the video comments, we'll enter you in it's free prize draw, and you can win. There you go. That's a better angle.
One of my sketch covers.
One of Tom's sketch covers from the Art of Tom mailing, and then there's this stack of books, well, pretty much a bit of a mixed bag, and they also will have our picks of the month for February, because that was the last time that we did a giveaway. So make sure you take part in that.
Is DC Unkillables, DC's Unkillables issue 1 and Batman Annual 3, Detective Annual 3.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's the Detective Annual 3, which we just thought that was an amazing story. Really enjoyed that story. And then DC Unkillables won the Matina cover for that. So, which was our cover pick of the month then as well. So yeah, pretty damn good. So all I've got to say is make sure you subscribed, give us a thumbs up.
Tell us what your favourite Spider-Man is, Rich.
Pardon?
Who's your favourite Spider-Man?
Who's my favourite Spider-Man? Yeah. I've got to honestly, I've got to say it is Miles Morales.
Really?
Purely because I'd always liked Peter Parker and stuff like that, but it's too easy to say Peter Parker. When I started collecting Spider-Man, I collected the Ultimate Spider-Man run. So I've got pretty much all of them all the way up to 150. And they're really cheap books. And then obviously how that all came to an end, and Miles Morales obviously became like the new Spider-Man, if you like, as he is kind of now, even though there's still Peter Parker and all the rest of it. I haven't got the Ultimate Fallout 4 in my collection still, so I'm going to have to.
I've got a second print, haven't you?
I've got a second print. Yeah, I've got a second print somewhere out there. But yeah, it's like all of that happened, and I just remember it all happening. I've read obviously the continuation run and all the rest of it. I've got the trade paperbacks, and I really obviously like the multiverse film as well. And I just feel that that's my kind of that's probably more my Spider-Man than anything else. I don't know. But yeah, Miles Morales probably is mine. That's why I was disappointed when I read that Miles Morales The End story. Yeah, I know you did, and I was just a bit nonplussed by that. But yeah, I don't know. Who's yours then, Tom?
Me? Mate, Peter Parker all day.
Peter Parker all day.
Classic. But I do prefer Ben Reilly in places. The Scarlet Spider has got to be one of my favourite outfits.
Yeah, that's what I say. I think it's such an unusual one, really, isn't it? It's just like if you ask me who's my favourite one, my knee-jerk reaction is always Miles Morales, and I don't know if that's because it's just in my head that I've wanted to. I collected obviously Ultimate Spider-Man. I've always been a big Spider-Man fan, always liked Peter Parker, but it's almost too easy to say Peter Parker with the films and everything else. Whereas knee-jerk reaction, you asking me today, I'm going to say Miles Morales, and I don't really know why.
Fair enough.
It's weird. But yeah, so that's what I'd say.
Cool.
Anyway, make sure you do come back same time on Thursday. We will be doing some comic book reviews, just doing a general catch up with bits and bobs that we've been buying, and also letting you know sort of like what some of our ongoing reads have been, sort of for some of our older books that we're carrying on reading out of our isolation issues. So till Thursday, guys, do take care of yourselves, stay safe and all of that, and I will see you Thursday.
I'm going to say stay safe, look after each other, read loads of comics because you know you want to, and